you still doing here?
It's my first house. I'm not very good at that.
Mayor West, what are you doing here?
I'm being a rascal and ringing people's doorbells and running away.
Then what are you still doing here?
It's my first house. I'm not very good at it.
All I have to do is bait the trap. And he may be a master forger, but I am a master bait. Whoa, whoa, that was close. Almost masturbated myself.
Yeah, why the fuck wasn't I on the lineup?
Was not an official member of the lineup.
Yeah, seriously, who's running this fucking thing? Why wasn't I fucking on the official lineup? Seriously, heads are gonna roll.
And I didn't want to follow him around the corner because I knew he was gonna blow crack dust in my face. And if y'all did not know, that's how you make crackheads.
What am I saying?
Subtle. Yeah. Frank, play it subtle. Subtle.
Look at me. I want you to fire me. You fucking Mark. Fire me.
All I have to do is bait the trap. And he may be a master forger, but I am a master bait. Whoa, that was close. Almost masturbated myself.
Hey, do you like kitty cats, by the way? Because last time you were on here, we were doing a little research, and you didn't like Santa Claus. So, do you like cats?
I don't like.
Welcome, fellow window lickers. It is I, your host, your creator of the Window Lickers world, Joshua Joseph, and thank you for jumping in here and checking out what we do here. This is usually what I call a deep fried episode where we just talk random nonsense, and I usually bring in somebody on this show, and we just talk a little bit. And today I brought in the Quebec Strangler, Bubba Duke himself.
Wow.
How are you doing, Bubba Duke?
The Quebec Strangler? I mean, I don't like people from Quebec, but damn, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, you have, and you've talked about it many times. So,
I know.
Fans just need to get out there and find the information. And
I don't know how you found out about that. That's not something I really brag about.
Me and Trudeau, we hang out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he comes to my barbecues.
Okay, I see we're talking this already, so I might as well dig this out.
Well, you ain't got to dig. Yeah, well, I'm just.
That's like me saying I hate Trump. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
So how goes it, my friend?
Not bad, not bad. Just kind of getting all my little quackers in a row here so I can get my bike on the road and start riding that. Get the freedom again.
Becoming a leather daddy, are you? Out on the open road?
Yep.
Just putting on the leather and just riding. Riding into the sunset. Bubba Duke in his Harley.
It's not a Harley yet, but it is a Honda.
You're just driving a tricycle then.
Yeah, for now, till I can afford my Harley.
What a giggle fest.
But I am going to be hooking up a GoPro to it and streaming some of the stuff that I do while I'm on on my bike and where I go and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to show the world of Canada through Bubba's eyes.
There we go. You got me.
There you go. So everybody be on the lookout for Bubba Duke and his Canadian adventures,
Yeah.
where he finds a moose, touches a moose, Marty the moose, maybe, who knows?
Gets killed by said moose.
There might be a bear involved, maybe a couple beavers. I don't know what they got up there, but we're gonna find out through Bubba. And we already got our friend and local contributor here,
Yes.
Chris Best, chiming in. I believe he was speaking about your Quebec stranglings.
I know it's all over the news.
And yes, but everybody, Bubba's on the run right now. You may not notice his background of his studio. It may seem different. That's because he's on the run. He's trying to stay out of Quebec. I would be too. He's up there just strangling random people.
I get tired of their poutines.
Yeah. And it's scary. It's just a scary time in Quebec with Bubba Duke on the loose. You better watch your P's and Q's up there.
Oh man. Could you imagine if that was all true?
No,
that would be brutal.
Imagine it, you weirdo. And then I would be sitting here creating with somebody who's just a psycho going around killing people, and I don't think I could handle that in my conscience.
Right? I'd be like, well, gotta go, bro. I hear somebody at the door, and I'd go out the window.
Yeah. And no offense to you, but if they offered a nice bit of money, I might turn you in. I'm just saying. I mean,
I might have to turn myself in.
Yeah. Well, you don't
Turn
get the
myself
money
in
if
for the
you
bail
turn
money.
yourself in, you butthole.
Yeah, you
And
do.
I don't think you'll get a bail if you're like known, like if you have so many stranglings, you're known as the Quebec Strangler. You're not
Could
getting
you
a bail,
imagine?
Bubba. That's not how it's working. Plus, you're the wrong complexion to get the said bail or said no bail.
Right? That's too much.
So you're done, bud. You might as well savor
turn
your
myself
last moments here. You got
Going to hell.
Some of the moose up here look like they've all been hit up. Gold's Gym. Yeah, moose.
They're crazy.
I definitely follow a lot of Joe Rogan's podcasts, listen to a lot of them, and
Yes.
he definitely talks about moose and how they would be definitely something you probably wouldn't survive if they got their racks in you.
No, you're not even, dude. They attack with their feet more than they do the rack.
Here we go.
They kick you.
We got Jordan Bell jumping in saying, "What up, y'all?" Hey, Jordan Bell, also known there in the world as Hypocrisy Jones, part of the In Your House crew. Check them out and everything they do, because they are putting in exactly what House says, work. And that work is in the name with the W.
I got to check out some of their product.
I ain't
to
fucking
be
with no
honest.
moose. That's right. See, Bell's smart. You see, he ain't fucking with no moose.
I do have a story about. Read that first, and I'll tell you.
I've actually heard stories of people turning themselves in for the reward money because they saw themselves on Crime Stoppers. Yes, and they can do that, but they do not get the reward money.
How much crap are they smoking?
That is not how the world works. It's not like those setups where the cops say, "Hey, bring your drugs in, we'll test them for you, and you get to walk away with your drugs." It's not how the world works. They take them from you.
Yes.
So go with your moose story.
I worked at a gold mine up north. I don't know if you know where a town called Wawa is, but it's an hour above that.
Oh yeah, I'm
right on Lake Superior.
Fucking know all the Wawas.
Wawa. I was driving home, got onto the highway, giving her shit, and I see something moving in the bush beside the road. And I'm not really paying too much attention. And as I get close to it, it starts running towards the road, and it's a freaking bull moose. I swerved my truck, but when I swerved, the ass end slid towards the moose.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! There goes the box ripped off my truck, and it spun me in a circle, and I missed a rock cut by like a foot and a half. I almost died.
We got Bell chiming in and said, I'd only fall for that once. Well, once is all it would take. And
Right.
Chris Parrish chiming in saying, sup, dudes? What's up with you, Chris Parrish?
What's going on, man?
You can catch Chris Parrish tomorrow. He will be
Yes.
on the Chris Parrish podcast, 12:15. So go check that out. Also with Mr. Bell in the comments. Catch him too. I believe 11:15 is when you can catch the In Your House crew for the In Your House party. So go check them out, see what they're going to be talking about. They had a fantastic episode on the Pope's channel, Bubba Duke, today.
Nice.
I checked it out. There was a real good beginning of it with Hypocrisy Jones and House talking about what the landscape of the women's title, a few other things, and then there was a Casey, I believe, Navarro interview done by House. Very interesting one. He very close with some wrestlers, Zack Ryder, those guys.
Nice.
There's a great interview. I would definitely recommend going and checking it out, seeing what it's about. That a lot of people do a lot of things like this, like what we're doing right now, and you should definitely check them out and see what
Send me the
everybody's out there
links.
doing. All right.
Definitely.
So
Send me the
Bubba
links,
Duke.
man. I'll check that stuff out.
Yeah, I already sent them. They're on Facebook. You need to check my Facebook, punk. They're out there. Or you know what? Here's the best yet. Go out there, subscribe to the In Your House crew. Go check out, see what they're doing. Go check out Turnbuckle Talk. Check out everybody in there because there's a lot of contributors out there. Chris Best is also a streamer. He just got done doing a Saturday stream. He's a gamer streamer. You definitely will have a fun time out there checking that out. So Bubba Duke, I
Go ahead, my friend.
know for a fact that you haven't checked out Fallout yet. You don't have Prime. You're a
Don't have Prime.
hippie. You don't
Yes.
believe in it, and until Prime is free, you have decided you're never going to go check it out.
Just like you and Netflix.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them, but let me tell you something, buddy. I just finished it yesterday.
Oh, come on, give me the dirty.
I'm not going to give any spoilers out there because there are people
I'll
out there who
forget.
still want to check it out. Yeah, but we got fans out there, doofus. It's not all about you. Jeez, Canadians.
Turn off your
listen
headset
to
right
them.
now until I do this again, and then we can. Okay.
No, you keep it on
No, I'm
because
just joking.
I'll dance around it. Don't you worry. But let me say something. The overall storyline has been one of the best storylines to a series that I've seen in a long time. It was very compelling, very gripping, very in this day and age, it was a show that was set up that honestly, no matter how you feel about social issues and things like that, there should be no complaints. The equality, the quality of what they're doing and putting out is amazing. I like I said in a post earlier today, I simply want them to be in the studio already and have it coming out next week.
Nice.
The story, I want to see it go. I never really played the games, Bell's saying.
Never. I've never played the games.
Episode 1 had me. Look, the games, and this is coming purely from my fan point of view of the games, of the show. What gets me going about the games is that it's a completely open, free world. You can craft guns out of random stuff. You can craft ammunition out of random stuff that you find.
Dude.
And the simple fact that you can change the story if you do something, like you have choices in it.
Okay.
So if you choose one way, the story might be a little different. But yeah, like Chris Best is saying here, the game is very time consuming because it is. I mean, every once in a while you get in a loop where you're there for 3 to 4 hours trying to complete one mission.
Okay, so it's probably not the best thing for a guy with really bad ADHD to play.
I couldn't tell you. I think honestly, you would enjoy it. because there's so many things you have to that you can do side missions, you can do all these things. Like you don't have to follow even the storyline. You can just go around starting killing people. But if you want to advance yourself and you want to like the whole, it's so weird because like you could go about it and just be like be an actually good person and just choose good things, and there's a good chance you're going to get screwed over in the game. Something's going to happen to you. Somebody's going to fool you over. And just like there's a spot in the show that exactly what I'm talking about. You have a choice. A certain guy has a choice in the show. He chooses a certain way, and now if they were to continue him as a character in the show in the next season, the progression of him is going to be totally different than what it should have been if he would have just chose the other way.
Oh Jesus, that's cool.
So it's like it's very
hold on.
Yeah, it's very awesome. I mean, Maximus, his whole story, dude, when you find him in the game, he's a badass. He's this amazing general of the Brotherhood. He's cool. the badass that all of them talk about. And then how they adapted the story to it, and you see him become what you've played in the game. And just like there's so many stories going on where you're like, oh shit, I remember going into a vault and seeing that in the game, and it was just kind of cool. I enjoyed it a lot. I highly recommend it. Great acting from the top person in the show to your basic generic vault dweller. All the characters are well done. It was very very great story. I can't wait for it to continue.
So on the Xbox, we got Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout Shelter. I don't know if these are free.
If you were going to dive into it and to try to play the one to play to keep you like going forward, I would play New Vegas. New Vegas was fun. Yeah. It's fun. It's a good story. It's a lot easier, I think, with some of it was like New Vegas to me is when they found their groove in the Fallout series, and things were a lot smoother, and that's when they were like progressing on the overall game of it.
It's installing right now.
Amazing game. I really enjoy it. Yeah, there are some things that you yeah, here we go. Chris Best chiming in saying Matthew Perry plays the villain in New Vegas. Guy from Friends who died recently.
Oh, I was gonna say that name sounds really familiar. So he played the villain in. Okay.
Yeah, I like that story in New Vegas. You'll really like the main story in that one.
I'll be playing it in 2 minutes.
It's a really good, gripping story that kind of keeps you engaged throughout the whole thing. And like I said, mod builds and things like that. That's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than your typical regular video game that you're just playing. You know.
Well, I will check it out because I've never played any of them. I've seen people playing them. I've watched people playing them on Twitch and stuff, like real briefly, just flipping through channels and seeing it. And it looked okay, but I was just like, man, another one of those stupid apocalyptic, stupid games, you know.
Oh yeah, they got. I mean,
So
there were so
like the
many
zombie thing.
Yeah, there were so many companies that ran with that whole idea, and they just built games around it, and then your field gets oversaturated, and your basic base for that type style of video game kind of gets really depleted, and it's not fun.
No, it's not. That's the same thing with the whole zombie stuff. At one point, it was like they made a movie and then waited a couple years or a year made another movie back in the day, you know, back when we were kids. And then all of a sudden it was like just super saturated with everything zombies.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you got to think about it too. Back when we were kids, and before we were kids, you had George A. Romero's, and that was his genre. That's what he did best. And then you had your Evil Deads come out, and they gave you their idea of demonic zombies and things like that. So I don't know. I see exactly what you're saying. They did oversaturate it with the zombie movies and things like it. And it's just like the vampire movies. I mean, they went way too far with that one, and it was like, do we need another one? And that's how I feel about the Marvel universe and the superheroes. Get the fuck out of here with superhero movies.
That's why I like DC, because they did Batman, and then they waited how many years, and then they did another Batman, and then they did. But it's not like you're getting movie after movie after movie after movie, 2, 3, 4 movies in 1 year. It's like, holy Jesus. Now I could say DC has gotten a little overboard now, only because they're trying to keep up with Marvel, which I think is stupid.
Yeah, but why keep up? Why to treat? Yeah, exactly. Why try to keep up when you could just simply go off on your own,
and do
your own
one
way?
or two,
you set your own path,
like they did with not the Batman, but Batman, the ones with what's his name? The Batman Begins, Dark Knight, those ones, the Dark Knight ones.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, those were some of the best Batman movies they've ever made, because they took their time, they put effort into it.
You're gross.
What?
The original Batman movies.
No, I mean that nothing. I'm
Michael
not
Keaton as Batman.
I'm not comparing it to that.
You have to, because it's part of it. Yes,
because it'll never compare. It'll never compare.
You have to compare all of them as a whole. And when you do that as a whole, I'm sorry, but Michael Keaton completely destroys the land. Like, he destroys anybody's idea of Batman, because he was that. He made it make sense. Christian Bale, he did it. He did an amazing job, but all I seen when I seen Christian Bale's Batman is American Psycho Batman. Just
Jesus,
he was so good in that fucking movie that anytime I see him, that's all I see with his character. And it doesn't matter what movie he's in. That's what I see.
That's what you see. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and now they're going off of the Joker, and they're taking the Joker and kind of figuring out with him. But you had a great. I have to be careful with what I say here, because I
know where you're going. So just kind of.
You had a great Joker, and I guess maybe I'm the asshole in this situation right now, because I haven't seen the new one. It's not out yet for me to consume and see and judge. But to take it and to see what we're seeing with the leaks and make it a musical just because you got Lady Goo in it.
No, that's stupid.
That's annoying. And here's another thing that really drives me nuts, because we live in a world where women can do anything a man can do, and do shut the fuck up with this shit. Because in the superhero world, Harley Quinn was always a submissive to the Joker. Whatever the Joker said, Harley Quinn did, because that was her character. That's what she did. And the fact that we have all these people going, I don't want to have it like that. You're not staying true to the story. You're taking the story and you're bastardizing it just because your feels need a certain way. Look, who gives a fuck? A good story is a good story. When you try to interject things in it because you have a feeling of something, then you are destroying the art that is trying to be created. And this might be a really good movie. It might be. But in the world of somebody who used to consume all of these superheroes and comic books and going to the comic book store every week and trying to find more novels and things like that to consume, when you take it and you do whatever you want to it, the original fan base kind of gets a big fuck you, because why? Why would you want to do that to the original fan base? Why not blend it together? Why not show Harley Quinn as the submissive for the first introduction of her? Even when they did the Suicide Squad. I mean, come on. I mean, Jesus Christ. What the fuck are we doing with ourselves?
I watched, not last night, the night before, the first Suicide Squad, because I kind of didn't really watch it when I was in the theater. I was a little busy doing something else. I watched it and I was like, what in the hell? Like, I get she was a bit crazy in the novels and in the original aspect of her, but not like that.
But
that
correct me if I was top. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't she a lawyer?
She was a lawyer, yes. She was actually the Joker's lawyer.
Yeah.
And
but now she's just the crazy person in jail with him.
Yeah, now she's just a crazy bitch in jail.
Or in the psych ward with him, whatever they
Well, yeah, whatever. She's in the basement locked up in a electrified jail cell and has to sleep on the floor. Like, really, dude? That's way over the top. Nothing like Harley Quinn.
The psychiatrist. She was the psychiatrist. That's what she was.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you.
I like what Best is saying here. What bugs him is how people are like, I want a relationship like Harley and the Joker. That relationship. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but they want it
don't
because
realize
Hollywood has pushed it in front of their faces and they're like, I'm the sheep, let me eat.
That's like when 50 Shades of Grey came out, bro.
Yeah.
Every girl wanted that guy. Every girl wanted that guy. Oh, I want to be spanked, and I want to. And then you get them in that situation, and they get a little tap, and they're like, "Oh, that's all you got, and that's all you're gonna give me." And then you give what they want, and then it's, "Oh, I'm crying, and I'm calling the police because you abused me."
No clue about that one. This is the Quebec Strangler and all his thoughts and everything that he's into. So you FBI guys, if you're out there watching, you know who to go after.
Oh my god.
So let me ask you this. What has been
Anyway.
your favorite serial killer type movie type series, like, you know, Silence of the Lambs with that? Or
No, the one that I really keep going back to is, and everyone is gonna either laugh at me or hate me for saying this.
I already hate you.
I know, but the Rob Zombie ones, the House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects.
What are you talking about? People are gonna hate on you for that one. Those are
people are like,
some of the best ones that came out in the past 30 years.
Yeah, so I have all of them.
Insane.
I have all of them. I'm looking at them right now. I got House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, Lords of Salem, 31, and 3 from Hell. Now, I'll tell you right now, I have not watched 3 from Hell, and I'll tell you why. Sid, the guy that plays Captain Spaulding, that was his last movie he ever did. And in production for this movie, they would literally, Sid would stand up, do his line real quick, they get it recorded, and he'd have to sit down and they'd have to put oxygen to him because he was that sick while he was doing that movie. I have a hard time watching it because I've been watching Sid from back when he was doing the spaghetti shoestring country western movies, you know, when he was just a young guy.
Yeah.
So I followed his whole career, much like Sean Connery, but I haven't watched it yet. And every time I go to watch it, I'm just like, I can't do it because then that means he's really dead. And once I watch it, kind of thing. To me, I know it's weird, but that's just how I am.
I mean, you're a fan, so
yeah,
you're allowed to nerd out any way you want. I mean, I would watch it. It's a pretty fucking stellar movie.
I've heard it's an amazing movie and great. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if I'm gonna be honest, like, Rob Zombie's first 3 movies were something to honestly write home about, because he fucking captured House of a Thousand Corpses. He captured the insanity of the reality of what is out there in our society. and then you go into
Yeah.
the Devil's Rejects, and he made you feel sympathy for people who would never feel a sympathetic feeling towards you.
ever.
They would
Yeah.
they would rival in the fact that they got you in the fucked up situation that you're in.
Yeah, and you have no way out except for.
So I mean, I've always said it to a lot of my friends and people I know. I would absolutely love to go down to Universal Studio during October when Rob Zombie does the haunted house down there. Best, you are correct.
Yes, he was.
In,
he was in
the Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects. Him and who was the other guy that was with him? That was Machete.
Oh yeah, Trejo.
Yeah,
Danny Trejo.
Danny. I would love to interview that guy. That's one guy I would love to just sit down and be like, start from the beginning and let's work our way through your entire life to this point. Because the shit that guy could tell you, whew, insane.
Yeah, I mean he's been around for a while and has been in some pretty cool things.
Apparently, his taco stand thing that he has, his taco shop in California,
Mm-hmm.
mint. I know some people that have gone there. Just incredible for food. But those are my favorite as of now, like, because he's caught the genre of like the 70s slasher, you know, that's what he grew up on, and he caught that and gave it a twist of his own, which I'll tell you right now is it's incredible. He did a good job.
Yeah,
another guy I wish I could interview.
He does great work. He's definitely understands all the emotions that go into a horror movie, and the ability to keep a fan hooked and wanting more. I mean, he made you. I know he made me personally, have sympathy towards Michael Myers, and it's just the way that he kind of captured that type of tortured soul.
Mm-hmm.
And
I gotta find those movies.
I mean, he's definitely a mind that I think would be really cool to have a conversation with. But I think it would also be hard to have a conversation just because he knows way more than you do.
You're right. He knows what you're gonna ask him next, and you're just like,
yeah,
have the interview by yourself. I'll sit here and listen.
Well, it's like what I would love to learn from him, but I also feel like I wouldn't have the capacity to learn from him. Like,
right?
I don't know. It's like my biggest get if I could interview somebody would be Elon Musk. I would love to sit down and just sit and talk to him, but I do know that I have no level of anything to where he would be even remotely entertained or remotely engaged in the conversation, besides at a basic level that he's basically programmed to do, because you see him interviewed on a ton of things, and he's just like
it's like
almost annoyed to be there.
Yeah, if you watch his eyes, he's like billions of miles away from where his body is right now, and it's just an answering machine.
Yeah, I mean he's running some of the biggest companies in the fucking world right now.
Yeah,
and
I want to be that guy that follows him with the camera, like the GoPro or whatever they have when he's doing the SpaceX shit, and they're looking over the outside of the capsule or whatever, and the guy asked him a question, and Eli looked at him and went, I've honestly never thought of that. Okay, well, and he goes and yells. He doesn't yell at them, but he's like, whoa, we need to stop what we're doing right now. This is something that needs to be addressed. How does 2 plus A minus BC 2X get to this point? How did he figure that out and we didn't? Let's fix this. It was crazy. Like, I don't know, it wasn't an interview, but he was just following him around while he was doing his daily shit at SpaceX. And I was like, holy cow, dude. And I didn't understand half of the shit that he was talking about because I'm just a simple folk, you know? But just like, dude, where do you come up with the math for your rocket thing to not explode with people on it and to have it come back to Earth and land, not just fall into the water, but hit a freaking landing zone thing that like perfectly. How do you what?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy to think that like his
I think
his whole world is computers. It's like it's something that we'll never comprehend. We just can't comprehend it. We're not there.
He's
And
a
I
lizard,
mean,
one of those secret hidden lizard people, alien
oh,
things.
see now you're crossing a line. Elon isn't a lizard person. You're a lizard person, Bubba. You don't talk about
I'm just
Elon
saying
Musk
he's so different that like he can't be human. There's no way that guy can be human. He's got to be an alien or something. Come on.
Chris Best coming in saying even when Elon Musk dumbs things down, it takes a bit to understand what he just told you. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, it would be like if you had to go and talk to Willie Nelson about playing guitar. And
He'd explain it like, oh, this is so simple. You just go,
yeah, and you're just like sitting there going, well, okay, this is an A chord, this is a, so yeah, that's basically what I'm saying with that. I would love to interview him, but I know my limits, and I don't think there would much of it wouldn't be a rewarding conversation for anybody involved.
No, not at his intelligence level. Not saying that you're not a smart guy, but he's just so high above everybody else's intelligent level. It just, like Chris said, he can dumb it down and it's still too smart for us.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I mean,
like, I give the guy respect for everything he's done. Like, I just, Tesla should stay away from making battery driven transports. It's just not a good idea.
No, everybody should stay away from it. Jesus, why do you bring things up that just irritate the bejesus out of me?
That's who I am.
Well, I mean, think about it. The factories that they want to make these batteries are a certain kilowatt.
Yeah, I've seen this
to run this. And then you have a battery that they're making that is almost double, sometimes triple the kilowatt that is coming, that it takes to power the plant to make the battery. And then on top of that, each battery weighs as much as 4 cars.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
And you're going to put, here's the thing, semis, that the Tesla semis take 2 of those batteries. So now you have a vehicle that weighs 8 cars. It has a battery that takes up, like when they go and they try to get permits and things like that to build these plants in certain towns or cities, the city council and everybody involved come back laughing and they go, "You must be joking. For one thing is double the energy that this whole city
town
uses."
Yeah.
And then our infrastructure is so goddamn piss poor.
Yeah, and so old. Yeah. Yeah, I watched the same news thing.
Yeah,
and I went,
what? I'm losing my mind over this shit. It's
and then not even that. To top that all off, to get the lithium or whatever it is needed to make these batteries destroys the planet.
It doesn't just destroy the planet, it destroys the people that are enslaved to go out there and get the cobalt. And
like it's just no. You've made enough cars that have blown up and caught fire, and the 2 transports that you've made, couldn't make it like 200 miles from the plant that you made it at, and it caught fire. So just and it's not going to work in the north because we got diesel driven motors that freeze up. Forget your battery.
Yeah.
Like,
well, have you seen the kid? And if young man, if you're out there and by chance you come across this, you're blowing up on Facebook right now, and I congratulate you. What you're doing is an amazing, spectacular feat for humanity, and I only wish that it could actually like become a normal thing. So he has taken your regular plastic bottle,
okay,
and he has made his own microwave in which he melts down the plastic and makes diesel fuel. And he has proven that it actually makes a diesel truck run. He's done it.
Holy shit.
But if we go back just a few years ago,
okay,
there was a man a security guard who got shot at a mall in here in America. There was mass people who got shot, but him specifically. Well, that specific security guard was weeks away from getting his patent for the engine that runs on water.
How convenient.
And then all of a sudden a massive shooting happened. There's also, you can go back and you can look in it. There's multiple places you can look up, but there's been multiple people who have tried this and they have mysteriously come up not living anymore. And I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just stating things that have showed up.
It's in the news. So
there's a connection to where they die. Who knows how, who knows what, but they tend to do this thing. So young man, please be fucking careful. Do what you can, make the product, show the people, but be careful on all levels because well, it's
the alien overlords will shoot you.
It's not even them. It's our own fucking government because
because it's no money in their pocket.
Well, the oil lobbyists go into there and they get all this stuff. They give money, they get all this stuff. The politicians get their pockets lined. So to stop the flow of that is something I honestly don't care. I've invited the FBI to come to my house multiple times, especially when they want to go and they want to say they're rounding up people for supporting other people. Screw you. I don't really care.
They support nobody but me.
Yeah, I mean, it gets to a point to where if nobody stands up, then there's going to be one day where nobody's ideas matter.
That's coming very quickly, my friend.
Exactly. So
it is.
Stand your ground, believe in your beliefs, and unite and get on board with somebody.
That's the word right there. Unite. And they don't want that because then they can't control us.
I don't give a fuck what they want, to be honest with you. I could give two shits.
They do what they do because they don't want us to work together.
Look, then
they're fucked.
As people, we got to understand that the ones that are running all countries right now, are the ones who got picked on in high school. The ones who were made fun of. The ones who were like, hey mom, hey dad, I can't stand up for myself. And then their parents come in and you got to go, hey Josh, we're going to let you know that you got to be friends with this guy because, well, he had a bad birth. Okay. I wasn't a part of it. I had no contribute to it. Maybe his mom shouldn't have drank when she was pregnant with him. That's not my fault. Why are you putting that on me? I'm just a 7-year-old kid trying to not have this kid fucking make fun of me when I'm in class just because I have I have a little trouble reading. So I smacked him around. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to be his friend. He's a fucking piece of shit. Ask any of these other kids in my class. See, and
right?
Then they force you to, well, you have to be friends with him because he's a little different. Well, what about my feelings? Why?
Nobody cares.
I legit had a kid through my entire schooling who was nothing but just a fucking asshole about everything, even when you tried to be nice to him. And everybody in my class hated him. We absolutely hated that kid because he made it impossible to enjoy a class if you had him in there. But you got to be so nice to him. You just got to be nice to him. Why?
Why? Why do I have to be nice to somebody that's not being nice to me?
It drives me nuts. I want people to be themselves, and I want people to have the freedom to be themselves. But there's also got to be a point. Like, I mean, there's things I would like to do, but I know they're completely illegal. So I just go, you know what? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So
literally.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, I would love
Common
to see what it's
sense.
like in Grand Theft Auto to steal a car and go on a 5-star chase. That would be amazing. But I know it would equal my death.
Or life in jail.
Yeah, fine. Okay, let's go down this road.
Oh, we're going.
People.
He's gonna go down the road.
So you're playing Grand Theft Auto. You know, you got all your things. You got enough ammo to take down an entire country, all this stuff, and you go on a rampage and you get the 5 stars. Bubba here says there's a possibility they're just going to arrest you. Let us know in the chat if you're with us. If you think that the possibility of an arrest would happen if you had a 5-star in reality.
No, they're shooting your ass. I know that.
Shooting to kill. You're gonna have commanders being like, if you got the shot, take the shot. That's what's gonna happen to your ass.
All weapons fire at will.
Yeah, there's gonna be no. You pay $200. You gotta go.
You ain't
to
going
jail.
past go. Your ass is going right to Jesus.
They're fucking getting your measurements. You're getting in the pine box.
Yep.
I mean, it would be a humorous thing. Who knows?
You know, it'd be fun just to grab a car and just zip down some freeway in the States, or even the Autobahn or whatever it's called in Germany. Just 10th gear, 18th gear, foot to the floor, and just go. I would love to do that shit. Not this NASCAR bullshit where let's turn left and advertise stuff. No, I want to be like foot to the floor, straight, just go.
Chris Best chiming in saying, I got bullied in elementary school until one day I had enough and fought back. He went and I told the teachers on me. And he told the teachers on me. But it backfired on him. And the teacher congratulated me for standing up to him. Let's see. Sometimes you get those.
The way we grew up.
Yeah.
Right? The teachers knew you had a beef with somebody, and they let you figure it out on your own, because you know what? That's what real people need to do, is figure it out on your own, not go cry to people and, oh, well, he punched me. And yeah, well, what did you do to get that punch? Because I know that kid, and he ain't going to hit you just for no reason.
Here we go. The Quebec Strangler blaming the victim. Here we go.
Skippy.
Fucking radical Bubba hour.
Dude, I've been picked on, beat up, and you know what? I just stood up and punched them back.
Yeah, I got picked on a little bit, but then I learned how to make people laugh, and then I learned how to interact with different groups of people. Like, yeah. I think that's a big problem with today is like people have this misconception of like of bending who you are with different groups, and they're like, oh, I'm not being true to myself. It's not that at all, man. Some societies, some groups in society accept you in different ways, and sometimes you can get away with that stuff by like being able to kind of go into a different personality in different groups. Like when I hung out with my football friends, I didn't sit around and talk about wrestling. Just
No,
like
you
when I
talk
was
football.
hanging out with my wrestling friends, I wasn't sitting around talking about football. Like you had to, but I liked both. You know, when I hung out with the stoners, I didn't talk about skating. And when I hung out with the skaters, I didn't talk about smoking weed. So like,
Yeah, I was
what
the same way in high school. I was the same
Like-
way. I could fit into all of them because I had interests and in each one for different reasons.
Well,
Like
and
the nerds
yeah.
would hang out with them and talk Dungeons and Dragons, and I had a band, and our band would talk band stuff. And then I was in basketball and football and hockey, and I did that's like it's not being true to yourself. It's being honest with yourself that you have interests in. Yeah, everybody has a nerdy side, but they don't talk to their jock friends about it because they get made fun of. If you're a
Yeah.
jock, you make fun of the nerd kids. It's a fact of life. But to be able to fit into each group, you're just being honest with yourself that you have interests in each thing, and you accordingly talk about what you need to talk about with those people. Like you and I, we talk podcasting, wrestling, video games, sports, like because we're into that stuff. Do I go and talk to my mother about that stuff? No, because she doesn't have a clue. Do I talk to my little girl about that? No, she doesn't have a clue. She's 6. Right now, it's Barbies and Paw Patrol. Like, okay, cool. I'm good with that. I can watch Paw Patrol.
Did you give her your Barbie collection when she got old enough?
They were action figures, asshole.
Sure. Chris Best chiming in saying, same here. In high school, I was the guy everyone liked because of the amount of interest I have. See, it's simple as that. And honestly, to me, that's being more true to yourself than being like, I only like one thing, and this is what's gonna be me. It's
Yeah,
like
stupid.
we got a local you've seen it in the chat. We got a local famous kid, I guess. He was on Jimmy Kimmel when they had the I believe they were opening up the dispensaries, and he was acting a fool. He's the stoner kid. So that's what he's known for. He's just that. And he's like, to me, you're typecasting your entire existence, not just a character that you're playing on some TV show. Your
Yeah.
whole existence is this guy. And I mean, that's great for you. Hey, congratulations. You've made something of yourself in some ray or light. I honestly, I'm happy for you, honestly, Freddie. You're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, hopefully it all works out the way you want it to work out.
I couldn't do that. Like I wanted, like, yeah, okay, don't get me wrong. I wanted to be either a famous hockey player or because I played ball too. I was good at baseball. I wanted to be a sports guy, but I didn't limit myself to just sports because I knew that if I couldn't do that, I needed to do something else. I couldn't just fall on sports. I needed something to fall back on too. And then you see that happens a lot with like hockey players. Like just recently, one died recently here where I'm from because he couldn't play hockey anymore. He was too beat up. He couldn't do anything else because his body was too beat up because he focused on being the strong, tough guy in hockey. Well, you can only do that for so long before your body says, you know what, you're done. You can't do it anymore. And he couldn't do a regular job because he didn't have the education because he just one goal, that was it. He just wanted to do hockey. Well, guess what, bro?
Huh?
You screwed yourself by focusing on one thing only, as far as I'm concerned.
And I mean, I think that's exactly where we're getting at is like, you're going to have more opportunities and positive outcomes if you play the role of Swiss Army knife and you learn
100%.
more things and you don't typecast yourself into one little spot. This is my corner. This is where I'm going to thrive. I mean, definitely do like become a master in an area, but also become a skillsman in other areas, you know?
Yeah.
Like develop that stuff, because it will benefit you. I mean, honestly, long division and shit like that's not going to really benefit you out there. And if there's any parents out there letting their kids listen to this, well, shame on you first. And secondly,
watch your kid watching this shit.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, man? My kid's 6. I wouldn't even let her watch this stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta learn. Learning, that's one thing they can't take from you: knowledge.
Exactly.
You
My
learn
dad
it,
always said to me, and I can remember this since I was just little: be the jack of all, master of none, because then you could always have something if something else doesn't work. You can go out and do something else. If that doesn't work, then try something else. You're still going to be good at something, and maybe you'll become the best at something, but you will never be the master at it, because you'll always have something else that you can do. You're not going to limit yourself to one thing. What's Chris saying? What's this? Through podcasting and streaming, I found ways to share my interest with like-minded people, such as you guys, and I love doing what I do. And that's the best. Find something you like. Definitely. Like, we figured out, OMD and I figured out Thursday that we together have been streaming within a full year now. And it didn't even feel like a year, because we enjoy doing what we do, but we do have real jobs. But this world here is fun, and it helps us sort out what we want to do. And if, hey, changing jobs is something that we need to discuss, then we discuss it here. And it helps us work things out. I thought you were going to burp in my ear.
No, I wasn't going to. Why would I burp on the mic?
Oh, it's just the way you were looking. You were like, it looked like you were going to burp.
No, I was trying to read the bottom of my screen.
Oh, what game are you playing?
The Masters.
The Masters?
PGA.
Oh, golf. What? I almost threw up in my mouth.
That's okay.
The one thing I wish the Scottish people would have never invented.
Oh, the Scottish people never invented the... I wish they would have never invented Drew McIntyre.
Whoa, time out.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. Because then nerds like you wouldn't be up here. I love Drew McIntyre. I think he's the best.
He is the best.
Best pee-pee toucher.
Yeah, well, gotta be good at something, right?
Like you said, jack off all trades.
Oh, Jesus.
Man, it was gross that you said that. I can't believe you would put that out there to these fans, these 11 people that we got.
Dude, for real, you're going to twist that on me?
Yeah, mostly here.
The greatest advice I got from my dad, you're going to twist it? Dude, you suck.
I don't know how, if anybody out there watching, if you know any of this, but like on X, if you stream on X, what is your like usual audience size on X?
I've never, I had Twitch, not Twitch, Twitter. I called it the Twatter back in the day for like a month and got rid of it.
Why? Couldn't understand it.
Exactly. It's too smart for me.
Hey. I like it better than a lot of
the social medias.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it to me, is there a lot more toxic environments on it? Yes, of course. But we all need to understand that we choose our own algorithms. Anything you click on is an algorithm. You're just you're basing. People are getting all upset basing off of a computer taking what they like and being like, hey, you might like this. And they're like, my goddamn device is listening to me. Yeah, it listens to you every time you touch the motherfucker, every time you talk into the goddamn thing. It's collecting data on you. Like what? Right. Where did you think it wasn't?
If you didn't know that, why would you? Why? Just why?
It just drives me nuts when I hear people be like, I think my phone's listening to me. Yeah, it is. It is. It's fucking listening to you.
to me.
And that goddamn Alexa you have, that's listening
that
to you. Every
bitch.
time you fucking command it to do something, it's fucking listening to you.
Dude, I had one of those Google Chrome things that you're like, hey, Google, play blah, 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 right? That bitch started talking in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah,
I unplugged it, whipped it open my door in the middle of the snowbank. I was like, nope.
Well, I mean, they're not hard to like get into. You don't have to have one to get into one.
No, I know, but it was. I'm like dead asleep, and I hear her voice, right? And it's just I don't know what it was saying, but I was like, "Where is everybody right now? They're all in bed." So I went and unplugged it and threw it on the snowbank.
I agree with you best on that one. I don't mind it either. I mean, if I'm,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I kind of think of it as I'm my producer of my own content that is being shown to me because I'm the one looking at the shit. Yeah, sometimes they sneak something in on you that you weren't meaning to look at. Just because it's like what do they call those trap ones? I forget what they call them.
That's why I did it. I'm like, hey Google, play Motley Crue.
Yeah,
Let's see if it does it.
That's where I think the intelligence on it needs to become way more advanced.
Yeah,
before
I
we
agree
start,
though. I would
start
rather
doing a lot.
I'd rather see ads to shit that I'm interested in than point proven right here. Watching TV, the first time I watched TV in a long time. And the commercials. I'm like, this is why I don't have TV anymore. They're showing, and don't get me wrong, I get that it's a female issue, but I remember the days when that shit was taboo to put on TV. I don't want to hear about your bullshit that you deal with. Fuck off.
Well, I don't get where all of that comes from. I mean, I get that you want to advertise to women and things like that. Yeah, of course you're of course you want to reach that base that is buying your product.
Yeah.
But I think there's other ways to do it. I mean, I don't even mind because back in the day, they would do them and they would show like the blue liquid and they'd be like, this is absorbent. Now they're just like,
oh yeah,
hey, we got cherry red Kool-Aid back here. Why don't we just throw that on there? And some guy's like, hey, you think I could eat my sandwich over it and produce some chunk-like material? He's like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, exactly. And I live in a house full of females, and when I bring this up, I get ridiculed. I don't mind it.
I grew up with 3 women in my house. There was my dad and I, okay, and then I had 2 sisters and my mother. You weren't allowed to say shit. I was just like,
you had a counter partner. You had your dad to rely on when you wanted to talk dude stuff. I got a dog that sides with them every chance he gets. So
he's not stupid. I was like,
he is
they give me more love than you do. Bye.
No, they don't. I'm the only one that feeds that fucking thing and waters that goddamn thing.
Oh God.
It's not like they do.
It's I remember the day when I would watch TV and that kind of shit, never on TV. Now it's like every second commercial is buy this product for your. Well,
here's the defense though, Bubba. It was actually on TV. It just wasn't on the channels you were watching. Because those channels were not for you. Like the Hallmark channel, the fucking Wii.
I didn't have that shit, dude. I had CBC, CTV, and One American channel. That was it when I was growing up, and they were black and white because my TV was ghetto. It had the bunny ears on it, and we'd catch the CBC with the hockey game, and I'd have to stand there like that the whole.
That would just be
game.
old. That's not. That doesn't mean it's ghetto. That just means it's old as shit. Fucking Bubba.
Well, you know what I meant, though. So don't be fucking Bubba me.
Especially on CBS during the day. Yeah. Yeah. See, but that's what I was saying. Yeah. It was on there, but it was not directed towards where you would be getting your entertainment.
But not on everything. It's on every channel nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just I'm watching Cartoon Network with my kid. Not even the tuna. It was freaking Disney Junior, and they got that shit on there. I'm like, oh, this is why my kid watches Netflix all the time when she's here. Like literally, or Disney on like Disney Plus. No commercials, none of that shit. I can't do it, dude. I literally want to puke. Like I get women have. I'm not.
Yeah, I think we can move on from this subject. Perfectly fine.
Yeah. Next.
Not a fan.
Me neither. I think it's stupid.
Well, then quit talking about it. God damn it! Jesus
What
Christ!
game are you playing
Bubba.
again? Golf.
I'm swearing. Yeah.
Are you winning?
I'm in my first official big tournament, and
Ooh.
I'm 7th.
Is that game free, by the way? Yeah. Eh?
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm going to download it because I want to play some golf against my friends.
Oh, no one else is playing it.
You are? I'll play the game with you. I don't care.
Yeah, but I'm in the story of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you're going to be playing by yourself until I finish my story. I'm Cody Rhodey. I'm becoming Cody Rhodes in golf.
Gotta finish my story.
Well, I'm really.
There's some games we should all play. Too bad we couldn't play them together. Doom. All the Dooms. That'd be epic.
I hate Doom. Sorry. You're not going to get me to play Doom. So,
dude, I played that shit on PC and wanted to throw my PC out because the game bothered me that much. Road to the Masters, is that what you're playing?
Mm-hmm.
Good, because I'm downloading it right now. I don't know how long it's going to take me to install. 72 gigabytes. That should be done in about 20 minutes. What game did you play tonight, Chris? On your I can't even remember. What was it? I don't know what game it was that he played.
Uncharted.
Yeah, the Uncharted. Which one's he on? 2, 3, 10?
That I don't know. I never got into the Uncharted series.
Okay,
honestly, the only way I know it is because of Chris Best playing it. He's playing 3. He's nearing the end.
Holy crap. What happened to 2?
I think he finished it.
Last time I remember he was playing 1.
Like Doom, but yeah, exactly, Best. I tried very hard to like it too. All my friends liked it, and I was like, this is Lame Street 2000.
Yeah, right. There is a movie, Uncharted. Now, is that related to the video game, or is it just something completely different?
No clue, but I'm pretty sure our friend Chris Best will let us know.
Because I was going to watch it, and I'm like, yes, it is. Okay. So what's it based off, like the first Uncharted game kind of thing? Or just all of the...
It's probably like watching... It's based on you.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not Uncharted. I'm
Bubba
Unleashed.
Duke's Uncharted trip to the refrigerator. Will he make it? I don't know. We'll never know.
Oh, he
it's
says
Uncharted.
It's actually shut up. It's wow. I can't even read It's actually a combination of all the games. Oh, cool. How do you feel about the people that acted in it? Because that one dude is what, Spider-Man or something? Isn't that who he played, was Spider-Man? Can't remember his name.
Chris Best, if you think of any more questions Bubba Duke might ask you on this podcast about the game, just go ahead and already put it in the chat, because I'm pretty sure he's going to have more questions. What do you think about the craft service table on Uncharted? You think it was good? You think everybody liked it?
Shut up, I never played the game.
Jeez Louise, man.
Nor have I watched the movie, so I was just trying to get a
Hey, Best, you might want to start an Uncharted podcast here with Bubba Duke and teach him all about Uncharted.
No. God. It's a PlayStation game. I can't even play it anyway.
Yeah, well, he's going to teach you about it. You don't need to play it. He's going to teach you. Jeez. It's an educational fucking podcast, asshole.
Educational?
Get fucking educated.
Educated? I got some good education. Don't you be starting your redneck crap with me.
That's what he said previously. I told you, man, I'm fucking exhausted.
No, I know. You've been watching ball all day.
Yeah. My brain is dead. It doesn't really work that well. Anyways.
I heard about
So what do we got coming up for this week for other content coming out?
Well, Sunday you have some special thing coming out, you were saying?
Yep. Yeah, special thing.
A special thing. And then there's the Chris Parrish podcast. Monday we have the Raw review and preview. And then after that we have the Raw Patrol. Tuesday is Turnbuckle Talk on Turnbuckle Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing Wednesday. Thursday is the Boar's Nest with myself and OMD. I think we're playing the Corey, the scary one. I think we're going to start that one this week, or we're going to jump back into
Gears.
No, not Gears. No. It's
Hawked. Yeah.
Hawked. Which was pretty fun, but I think we're going to do the Corey because that game is freaky, bro. Speaking of like murders and scary shit, that game is, yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heard some people talk about it. And they said it was pretty freaky.
Yeah, I'm walking through the bush right now, trying to like get back to the road, and I'm like freaking out every time I come around a corner. I'm waiting for something to jump out and start. I mean, like wait with a fucking knife. But no, it's pretty cool.
Don't let that happen, man.
I'm gonna try not to.
You don't want to die.
It's freaky. And then we have nothing Friday, and then Saturday we're probably gonna do this again. Hopefully, the other two show up and hang out.
Yeah, and fans, this isn't like a set thing.
No.
The day could change. It could be a Friday. It could be a Sunday afternoon. It could be, you never know. Yeah. So
just whenever we feel like jumping on and shooting the shit together. Really.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. And we don't mind if people want to come in and join in with us and have some fun and talk some things.
Yep.
I just honestly right now I feel like I'm not giving you guys my best because I'm struggling to stay awake. Yeah.
That's good, man. I'm good to go. I got Fallout I'm gonna try.
Yeah, definitely try that.
Golf is gonna take another 20 minutes, so I don't mind golf. Golf is actually a pretty fun game. My old man and I used to play it on the original Xbox together. So
yeah, me and my stepdaughter plays it every once in a while. She was actually peeking her head in here to see if she could play it.
Come on, Dad, I want to play.
So I'm probably gonna let her.
Yeah, let her
shut all this down and then let her just go into it. See where she happens with her. But yeah, let's
Yeah, man, I'm good.
No, I'm gonna check and
Neither am
see
I.
if I can find someone. Okay. We're gonna raid out to Misfits TV.
Ooh, the Misfits.
Just check out Misfits. I know her through the Lou and the Buddies. Go check them out. They do some great work. Lou is sporadic in his content creation, but he does have a show on Mondays, and Fridays is usually the day you can catch him. He does a really fun, usually group setting where you can join in the game and play with some people who are across America, over in Europe, and all that. It's a real fun time. I'm there quite a bit, so you can catch me in the chat, hanging out with the Lou himself. Definitely check out, like we've been saying all show long, Chris Best and what he's doing on Saturdays. I believe he starts at 8 o'clock, so go check him out and see what he's doing in the video game world. We had a drop in from Mr. Bell, Hypocrisy Jones himself, part of the In Your House crew, and he is out there doing that work.
Yeah.
The W is in the house, and that's how you spell it, HOWSE. Go check them out and see what they're doing. And as for me, you can find my Twitter. If you're out there and you're on X and you already fucking found it, so good job, buddy. You're doing a fucking tribute to the world. You can find me on Facebook at Joshua Joseph. You can also find me here on Twitch, where I love to be because Twitch is fun for me. Voice Joshua Joseph _ in between every word. And everybody, come join us on Monday when we start our Raw review and preview show, because it's always a fun time, and you can join us with the Bulkster. And I don't know if he is an official just like every week or it's whenever he can, but OMD has been joining us on it, and he has been providing some great insight on a lot of the things happening in the WWE Monday Night Raw landscape. So go ahead, click the subscribes, click the likes, share us out. Give us a little bit of that bump, because we are bump addicts here. We like it. It's good. If you don't do too much, your heart won't stop. So do it to the point. Push it to the limit. Oh, so everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of the Window Lickers
And the Boar's Nest.
And the Boar's Nest. We truly appreciate all of it, and we appreciate you. So until the next motherfucking time you get a link, we will see you all then.